Hey everyone, it's another nice day up here in the north. Sun's shining, it's warm out, ain't gonna last forever. Uh, we're deep into mid-October now. Deer season is right around the corner. So, word is polar vortex up on the top of the world is doing weird and funky things, and the experts, depending on who you listen to, are saying it could be a really cold, hard, miserable bitter winter through North America and Northern Hemisphere because of the polar vortex. They say it could be dipping south. Winter of 2014 into 15 was absolutely miserable around here for like 5 months. Bitter cold, negative temperatures, and that's in Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Um, so, of course, with that comes fuel shortages. With that comes higher prices. With that comes people having to turn down thermostats. You know the drill. Anybody that lives in the north and has to deal with that. So here's something the propane companies and fuel companies probably don't want you to know. And I'm not going to say, hey, here's a secret. It's on YouTube. It's probably somewhere else on YouTube. It ain't a secret. Just probably not well known. So let's get into it. Um, buy your own propane tank. City slickers, city dwellers, you guys, you're friggin' snozzed. You're hosed. You're screwed. Not going to happen. Yeah, you could probably get some 20 pounders, them little barbecue tanks, get some backup heat, something like that. But as far as getting anything of substance, those little tanks, they hold under 5 gallons when they're full. They're like 4.8. So they'll last a little while. But you want to start getting into the larger tanks in the cities, not going to happen. So, yeah, it's computers. Give me some heartburn here. So for the country dwellers like me, a lot of us have propane, and a lot of us um, have tanks that belong to the gas supplier. So you're paying more than you need to be paying. Check around, shop around, depending on where you are. This may or may not be completely true, but from where I'm at, these are my numbers. Years ago, I was able to get gas at like $1.09. This is propane, not gasoline. I could get gas at $1.09 a gallon when other companies are charging over $3 a gallon on propane just because I own my own tank. So on a 500-gallon tank, when you're going through 150 gallons a year, it's not going to take long to pay that tank off when you only paid $1,100 for the tank. Of course, this is 2021, and I bought this tank 5 or 6 years ago, so prices were a lot cheaper back then. I just got a new tank, 500-gallon tank that just cost me $2,200. Another gas company wanted $4,300 for the same thing. Look around, shop around. There's different size tanks. You can get a piglet, which holds about 46 gallons. You can get a pig, which holds roughly 80 gallons to 100 gallons, depending on how full they fill it. You can get a 250-gallon tank. You can get a 500-gallon tank. You can get a 1,000-gallon tank. You can also get multiple tanks and hook them up in tandem. So you could set up 2 or 3 or 4 pigs, 2 or 3 or 4 250s, 2 or 3 or 4 500s, 2 or 3 or 4 1000s. Basically, daisy chain them together to increase your capacity. It's up to you, depending on how much money you got. So let's get into some numbers. Um, Invoice date September 21/21, so just under a month ago. For the new tank I bought, The company that filled it is not the one that sold it to me. The company that filled it is the one that wanted $4,300. Um, but to fill it for me, they don't care. It's my tank. They'll fill it, no problem. They screwed up when they billed me. They billed me as if it was their tank, and that resulted in a phone call to them going, "Hey, fix your crap." So they did. So they sent me a bill, bone dry. They put in 380.9 gallons into that 500-gallon tank. Um, that takes it up to 80%, which leaves room for expansion. They never fill a tank 100% full. So the price, if that was their tank, was $4.29.9. So call it $4.30 a gallon. Add that together, the amount I would have owed them was $1,637.49 for 381 gallons of propane. So, fact is, it's my tank. So I get a tank owner discount. The real price is $2.39. Still a bit high in my opinion, but hey, price on energy is friggin' through the roof these days, so I'm not going to complain too much. So at 380.9 gallons, call it 381, at 200, $2.39, so call it $2.40 a gallon, it came out to $910.35 that I owed them. So here's the price difference between if it was their tank and my tank. $727.14. Yeah, guys, just because it's mine. Over $700 in my pocket. Now, I paid $2,200 for that tank. Okay, I had an upfront expense. Sure, I had to pay my supplier of the tank the $2,200. Yeah, I had to transport the tank. I had to set the tank up. Big deal, a little bit of work. So, doing a little more math here. If I drained that tank completely empty, say at this price of $2.39, two more complete fills of that tank will have itself paid off. After that, it's all money in pocket. So if you, if you have just a gas range and you're only burning through 30 gallons a year, 40, 50 gallons a year, it might not be worth it to you to deal with it. But if you're running a gas dryer, if you're running a gas water heater, you're running a gas range, you're running a gas refrigerator, you're running a lot of gas and you're sucking down a few hundred gallons or more, you ought to look into getting your own tank and seeing what the price difference is and talk with multiple vendors. Don't just talk to one or two unless you get a hell of a good deal out of the first ones or two you talk to. And another thing with owning your own tank is you're not locked in to one vendor. Anybody can dump gas into a customer owned tank. So if you have a gas tank on your property right now that's owned by, I don't know, whatever your company might be, Gas or Us, and they own the tank, only Gas or Us can touch that tank. You call up Billy Bob down the road, who just got a new propane business, and he's selling gas, cheaper than anybody around by $3 a gallon. He can't touch it. If you own that tank, it's yours. He or anybody can fill it. So think about that aspect too. Also, by having the capacity, there's this thing called winter surcharge. That's something that's not really advertised, but it exists. Goes on about October 1st. So if you have the capacity, fill your tanks in the summertime. Don't wait till the winter. Even here in the north, where people are chewing up gas all winter, even when they have the larger tanks, I will see bobtail trucks filling tanks all winter long. 500-gallon tanks, 100-gallon pig tanks, 250-gallon tanks. People are paying so much more just because of the winter surcharge fees and because the company owns the tank. I mean, I get it. Everybody needs to make a dime, make a buck, put money in their pockets, but holy crap. Just look at the price difference there. And the $2,200 I paid for my tank, the company I bought it from, they put some money in their pocket. Damn well they did. And when you look at that in the aspect of the other company that wanted $4,300, how much markup were they going to put in their pocket just by selling you the tank or selling me the tank? So if the company I bought from, say they put $500 in their pocket by selling the tank, and that was their markup, that's profit. Throwing a number out there. So what if the other company put $2,500 in their pocket profit? They're making money, even if they sell it to you. So, think about how you want to do things. Um, Years ago, my original propane supplier, I tried to buy a big tank off him. I said, "Hey man, I want to buy a tank." And he says, "Oh, I don't make money off selling tanks. I make money off just selling the gas." He filled me right full of crap, and I didn't really believe what he was saying. Then I found out what he was up to. And yeah, he was cranking his price up, and he would not sell me the tank. So when I figured that out, I basically called him up, told him to shove it up his ass, and I drained that tank right down to empty. I used every bit of gas in it, told him to come and friggin' get it. And I switched to the gas supplier that I have now. So paychecks are hard to come by, times are tough, people are losing jobs, paychecks aren't going up, expenses are going up. So spend your money wisely. Good luck to you. It's going to be a rough winter, I think.